Welcome, trainers, to the Ultra Legends podcast, where we talk anything and everything Pokemon. I am your host, Antoinette of Wazakus Gaming, where I make Pokemon news videos on the internet. And today with me, we have our very first ever guest, content creator extraordinaire, Pixel Chris.
Oh my God.
All around.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. Thank you. You can't see my face, but I was flattered. I had a very interesting face when you said content creator extraordinaire.
I'm picturing it in my mind's eye right now. I'm placing it there.
It's okay. You'll see it when it's edited.
I just realized I have this whole stream deck and I could have just put a clap sound. I got a fart. I got the hub. I got like everything else but a basic clap. Isn't that sad?
Wow. And now watch, you're going to have future episodes with a clap and I'll be the only guest without a clap.
Without one, oh no, it's going to look like we're feuding. Mm-hmm. Chris, I have very important topic of discussion today. But what's interesting is that I just said we do anything and everything Pokemon, but you just gave us some news right before the podcast started from Nintendo. Do you care to share what that was?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not Pokemon related, but as we were getting ready for this podcast, they announced, at least Nintendo announced on their Japan account on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that they have signed a deal with Sony to make a Legend of Zelda live action movie.
Yes, I am so ready for that. I honestly didn't even believe that it was real when you told me. I was like, okay, like what AI generated chatbot thing is this? But literally, guys, if you go over onto their Twitter, they have a ton of information and I am so excited. But here's the big question that we have to consider.
Okay.
Do you think they're going to have Link talk? Or do you think that they should have him talk is a better question?
I guess that's a hard question because
what do you do then, right? Like
I think maybe because I think when Link was introduced, he was supposed to be really like kind of like a shell to put yourself in. That's why they let you name him whatever you want when you were playing the games. And now in the current games, you don't get that option to name him. He's just Link. So
oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if they're trying to make him his own thing, and then in the movie they might make him speak, or they're going to have the supporting cast do some heavy lifting and be the only people speaking.
Oh, yeah.
He might even need like a little
absolutely
companion or something to do like the main talking.
No, Navi comes back in and is like, don't worry, bud. I got you for the whole movie.
He's like, hey, listen.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to listen anymore. I actually used to like Navi, and then I got bullied, and now I don't like them. I don't know. I don't think peer pressure works, I guess.
I don't think I am one way or the other with Navi. I think it's kind of funny when people meme on it now, but
I agree.
I don't hate Navi. I don't like die for like. I don't think I have any connection to any of Link's little partners throughout the games.
That's very true. I think there's a lot of people that at this point it's like you have to jump on the bandwagon because that's just what everybody's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But getting into Pokemon, our first topic of discussion is we just got the DLC release date for the Indigo Disc, which is going to be dropping December 14th of this year, 2023. And I wanted to start this conversation off by getting your thoughts on part one. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Was it about what you expected?
Well, first off, I have to say, my sister, I am so sorry to her because her birthday is the 14th and I will not be with her on her birthday for this DLC. No, I'm just
family, friends, loved ones.
Totally kidding.
On the other side.
Totally kidding. But, as for the first part of the DLC, I guess, I wouldn't say I was over the moon for it, but I wouldn't say it was a bad DLC. Right. I don't think, at least in the slightest, that it was considered a bad DLC. I did like the basic story, but to be honest, I feel like a lot of Pokemon storytelling is pretty basic. I think I'm in the boat where a lot of people where they're like Black and White 2 were like the prime storytelling Pokemon games. But that being said, the DLC itself for part 1 was pretty good overall. It had some good content, some returning Pokemon. There are still a few that I wish were in that one. Honestly, I think they should have just let you all the Pokemon that they let you add to the game in part 2 of the DLC, they should have let you be able to transfer them over when the part 1 came out. Just because I feel like it's a little like, what's the point? Like, I'm sure the models are already done. Like, they only released the DLC a couple months after part 1. So I think most of the polishing was probably around the story and maybe the map itself and stuff. But I would have to assume that the models to use in the game have been done for a while, you know?
Well, I have to tell you a little secret. Nintendo actually came after one of my videos.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. I made a short. I made a TikTok on when the Blood Moon Ursaluna was first. I don't want to say revealed. It was leaked. It was a leak. I think Nintendo was in, super, Nintendo mode where they were trying to control the leak to the best of their ability.
The ninjas.
I have no idea. I got a few thousand views on YouTube, and next thing you know, Nintendo had banned my video, and I was like, I guess this means I've made it. I guess that's it, right? They know who I am now.
Yeah, I guess, because I would have to say, I think I had a similar but when Scarlet and Violet first came out, I actually got the copy of the game pretty early. And for the most
I do remember that.
Yeah, for the most part, I didn't post much about it. I try to keep it secret because most of the time, well, obviously other than immediate people who I know personally, but most of the time you don't want to post about it because Nintendo will copyright strike your channel or do whatever. But
I found that out.
And for anything story-wise, Pokemon related, like new thing in general, I didn't post until the game was released. But I did have a short clip that I posted before release where I found a shiny Shinx within the first 45 minutes of my gameplay. And I posted it, and within a couple hours, they ripped that down too. So
that actually, honestly, it's not even just them. I'm not gonna get into other non-Nintendo based companies too much, but Wizards of the Coast does the same thing where they've actually sent people to your front door, knock on your front door. Yeah, I think that the Pinkertons, they sent the Pinkertons to this guy's house. He had some product early that a shop sold to him. Ooh. And these companies are just really wanting to crack down, which in some ways it makes sense, right? Yeah. But in other ways, I think you're missing out on a lot of just free marketing, hype for the set. If things are released, if all of the information for your game is released, I understand people, they're not wanting you to go third party and keep things fair, but me seeing YouTubers play these games early, that makes me want to play the games. It gets me hyped.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, there's a lot of people that will try to avoid spoilers and stuff like that. But I just think it was just so crazy. But I also want to mention that I do think that the Blood Moon Ursaluna carried the DLC for me personally. I thought it was the coolest Pokemon that they've come out with in a long time. And actually, overall Scarlet and Violet storytelling, I thought was actually somewhat really good in terms of this was a dark game. If you the professor has been unalive. We've been talking to AI this whole time. Arven's been literally an orphan for years and didn't even know it. And we're riding a Pokemon. We have a Pokemon partner whose species, obviously there's so many dex entries of Pokemon unaliving people, but this is the first time in a while where I feel that really got pushed into your face. And I just thought I like the darker storytelling. I like when they kind of go more adult that way. And then I wanted to know what your thoughts are on what do you think Indigo Disc is going to be the better of the two? We've seen some trailers and information that it is expected to be a larger it's going to be larger than the Teal Mask, and I'm not exactly sure if that means just area wise or story wise. And then we had an unlikely villain from the first
Yeah.
part of the DLC,
Yeah.
which I thought was a cool twist, but also he was so annoying. I was so like, this kid was so entitled. So like, what did you feel about like the villains? Are you hopeful that part 2 is just going to be better?
Okay, so I will say I do like that. I do think part 2 will probably be better. I think though the reason why is because part 1 had to be the thing that set up part 2.
Sets up, right?
So
right.
so you can't do part 1 and do any big story beats if
Yeah,
you are
that's a good
planning
point.
to do a reveal or something big in part 2.
Part 2. That is such a good point.
Yeah, that being said, I think part 1 content-wise was pretty good overall. So I could only expect more from part 2. And the fact that like we get these different biomes seems pretty cool overall.
Oh, so good.
So it gives you more opportunities to run into different types of Pokemon as opposed to just like the island that was available in part 1, which offered a lot of different Pokemon types and
Yeah, it did.
species. But now there's even more dramatic little biomes where like you're gonna see a lot of ice types. Like there wasn't anywhere really specifically on the island in part 1 where you would be like, where can we put some ice types? And I'm sure there were ice types in it, but like,
Yeah, they had like the snowy mountain area
Yeah.
in there.
but
But I think this is going to be like a big safari zone. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
yeah, for me too. I'm looking forward to it. I beat the DLC on one of my copies because I got Scarlet and Violet for part 1. I did not beat
Ballin'.
it on my other copy, which I'm gonna do. I just realized I didn't complete the main Pokedex, and
Neither have I.
yeah, I didn't do it in my second copy. So I was like, oh, if I want to,
That's a lot of work to do it twice.
it really is. But I was like, if I'm gonna play this DLC a second time, I'm going to have to complete the Pokedex in the main game so I can just
Yes.
increase my shiny odds while I'm exploring.
Let us know if you guys have also not gotten your shiny charm because you have not completed the Pokédex. I have ADHD, okay? So you can't come after me. We both have ADHD.
Yep.
You can't come after us for not completing a task. It's just like written in the code.
Yeah.
So my next topic was one that was kind of bigger for a while.
Okay.
It died down, and now it's getting some more attention again. So I'm not sure if you heard, but there was this NFL player named Blake Martinez who left the NFL so that he could start selling Pokemon cards on Whatnot.
Oh, I think
'cause
I
they-
heard about this. Yes, he was doing some dirty stuff, right?
Yeah. So what Whatnot did was they banned him, and people were saying that he was like being sneaky on live streams where he was trying to switch out value and low value packs, or he wasn't sending them at all. And just a bunch of other things. And then Whatnot banned his store. And now he's trying to come back to the NFL because his money is drying up. And this kind of opens up the conversation to a much larger issue that I'm sure you are more than aware of. And that's scalping in the community. And I want to know, as someone who does like everything Pokemon, we play the games, the shows, and we collect the cards, What do you think about like the fine line between someone like, like Super Duper Danny or PokeRev and then like scalpers, and how that's going to affect people like mom and dad who are buying Pokemon cards for Christmas, which is right around the corner, and don't necessarily know what they're getting into?
Well, I think it's a little bit more of a, how do I want to put this? So I think when it comes to creators like PokeRev, Super Duper Danny, even Leonhart, which he has his own full company thing, Rare Candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it really, I think when you choose to purchase from any well-known or at least somewhat known influencer or celebrity or whatever you want to call them, I really think that you need to look into their history leading up to what they're currently doing. So
Agreed.
this would be more like Leon Hart. Leon Hart. Why do I keep saying it and I'm feeling like it's wrong?
Leon, I know.
It sounds wrong, but
It just feels wrong
Yeah.
coming off the tongue.
Yeah.
Leon Hart. Oh my God. Now
Leon
I'm doing it.
Hart. You know what I mean. But
Yes, you guys get it.
this guy's been doing this type of content for years. He truly seems to have a love for Pokemon overall. He's he's basically dedicated to his whole life. Same with Super Duper Danny. Same with PokeRev. These people built their brand around Pokemon because they love it so much. Whereas, let's just say for the NFL player, who knows? He could, in his personal life, he could love Pokemon. They could be very much a big part of who he is in his life. But a lot
I
of
don't know if this is quoted or not,
Yeah.
but it did say there were a lot of articles, again, not allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
that he did leave the NFL to go do Pokemon for the money because he recognized. I think he had sold a card. As like I think it was like a Pikachu card. I'm looking through it now, but he had sold a specific card.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Martinez announced his decision to retire after he reportedly sold a rare Pikachu Pokemon Illustrator card for $672,000. He saw the money, left the NFL. Now he's coming back because his funds are dried.
Yeah, so that off the bat,
That's a big tell.
That's a big tell. That and in general, when it comes to these bigger celebrities, it's harder to hold them accountable for the things they do.
Right.
So you can't just tweet at him and expect him to respond. He probably has like a team that ignores it, or that's his tweets or his social media and stuff like that. You're not getting if he
Anything out of him.
back, any feedback. There's no real connection, or I forget what the term is. For online, like connection, parasocial relationship. There's
Parasocial, yes.
Yes, there's no parasocial relationship. There's no, he's just taking advantage of the fans he built from playing in the NFL. And again, I'm not a sportsman, so I don't know the intricacies and stuff like that.
I'm also not a sportsman.
But it seems very much that there's ill intention there, whereas even with like Super Duper Danny is someone I purchase Pokemon cards from quite often
Yeah, I did
up
see
until
that.
recently, because I moved and now I'm a poor person, so I don't do it. But they have always sent honestly,
Sorry. I had already pushed the button and there's a delay and I feel so stupid. Go ahead.
you're all good. But honestly, they're very reliable. This is where their main income is coming from, is their
Right, yeah.
social media content, and then they're smart and they're branching out to make their own shop for you to purchase from. And part of it is you're purchasing to have kind of like like I said, a parasocial interaction on their stream. If they're doing it live, if they're doing it on the side, you're doing it just because you want to support them and who they are. But
Agreed.
yeah. I don't know if I even got to a point that I was trying to make, but I think when it comes to people in the community that have been doing it for years, I think they're much more reliable than someone who came in from another community completely and seemed like they were just doing it for the money. Now, again, these articles are probably now retrospective after all these events, so like a lot of this information probably wasn't like accessible to his fans at the time, that he was just doing it for
exactly.
the money. But you just do your research, and that's why I actually stopped doing Whatnot, because I did it very briefly. I did it like maybe I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I did it a handful of times. I'm still currently like a certified Whatnot like seller, but I stopped doing it just because I was like, I have so much going on. I'm only myself. I'm my own team. So
Me, myself, and I.
yeah, and you're familiar with that too. Like, so I have to edit my videos, I have to write my scripts, I have to edit the shorts, I have to do like all this stuff. I also have to reach out to companies if I want to try to get an item for review and sponsorships, all that. So I was like, I want to give a quality service. So maybe this is something I'll revisit in the future if
Later.
things pick up and I can afford help and whatnot. Dun-dun-dun.
Sorry.
You need a rim shot on that soundboard.
I know. All I have is this fart button,
It's okay,
guys.
it's okay.
This is what we're doing.
But yeah, so I honestly think it's just about doing your research and thinking logically, like, does this person have my best interest in heart, and do they share the same passion for what I enjoy, you know?
Right. And this also, with the mom and dad comment from before, this also boils down to sometimes these scammers, they're just really good. Sometimes the signs are not there. And this comes more from, I think, online purchases,
Yeah.
things from like an eBay or even Walmart, which would normally be a trusted place to like go in and actually buy things from their physical stores. But the problem is that they basically have this marketplace, kind of like an Amazon, where everybody can sell what they want, but none of these things are really verified by Walmart. And so when mom and dad go on there to buy their Christmas presents, they are very much at risk of getting scammed. On eBay, it's the same thing. So
Yeah.
the best thing that you guys can really do to protect yourself against these, really read those reviews, because people have probably already spent their money and they are going to tell you exactly what they think. I don't go based off of like the number of stars. Like I really go and I read them. And other than that, it is usually, and if I can't support like my favorite creator online, your local TCGs really need you during these times.
Yes, definitely.
Going into these physical locations is like the best thing that you can do. And then just kind of staying away from these scalpers. Like, you know, if there is a MSRP, there's an MSRP. There's a base price that everything should be going off of. And honestly, to the people who are out there doing the scalping, doing the scamming, I don't think it was paying off for them as much as they were hoping. I think there was this really big Pokemon boom for a while, and it was like,
Yeah, after Jake
like
Paul.
you're going out on a hunt.
Or is it
Yeah,
Logan
so we
Paul?
were all trying to like
I forget which Paul.
one of those guys. Yikes.
Yeah.
But you were trying to go out and people were like literally like taking out weapons against employees, and like it
sold
was
out
so hard to
everywhere.
find product. Sold out everywhere. And then all these people were buying and trying to sell for double and triple the price. And now it's like the wilds have been replenished again. I don't think it worked out for them at all.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, what do you think is going to happen with this gray felt hat Pikachu? I don't know if it's going to keep going up or not, or do you think maybe Pokemon Center will come out with a couple more ways so that people can get their hands on them?
Okay, so I really want to give you a good answer to this, but if you don't mind, just give me 2 seconds. I got to unlock my door because I have my partner here, and I don't want them just standing outside the door the whole time.
No worries. I'm going to entertain them.
Yeah. Entertain the audience. It should be back in 30 seconds.
Okay, it's just gonna be you and me, guys, taking a little moment while Chris is gone. I know I'm like the favorite of the two, so it's totally fine. Chris is not gonna like watch this afterwards, right? Okay, great. So one of the things that I really, really wanted to touch on today is, since Chris is gone, let's go ahead and announce our giveaway for the first episode ever of the Ultra Legends podcast. So we are going to be giving away one DLC copy to one lucky listener / viewer. And if you guys are interested in winning, all you have to do is head on over to my Instagram at Wazakis Gaming, and there is going to be a post right after this video goes up on YouTube where you guys can basically follow us, like, and comment on the Instagram post. It'll be a big, bright picture, and we're going to select one of you guys by the next podcast episode, and we're going to choose one of you guys to get a copy of the DLC. I really wanted to go ahead and get that in the hands of someone because, again, the copy comes out in December 14th, so right before the holidays. So if we can help you guys get your hands and get through the teal mask so that you're ready in time for the Indigo Disc, then that's exactly what we want to do. So again, Instagram at Wazakis Gaming, go to our pinned post where it'll show the giveaway. Make sure you hit that follow button, like, and comment. And again, we will announce on the next podcast episode, which comes out every Wednesday, anywhere and everywhere that you find your podcast. Very excited about that.
Wow.
Also, over on TikTok, oh my God.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
I don't have a button that matches this. Oh gosh, that's my swords. Sorry, let me put that away. But yes, we're gonna give away a copy of the DLC, Chris. So
Yeah,
we're gonna be
heard.
doing
That's
that over
very
on
exciting.
Instagram.
I can't wait to see who wins it.
It's going to be very, very exciting. I'm just really happy to give something back to the community. We are about, I think, over 22,000 followers over on TikTok, which has
Cool.
just been incredible. We are aiming to hit 30,000, fingers crossed, by the end of the year. We have some big videos coming out that I'm really, really hoping will help us out, including a little video that's going to basically, we're part of the TikTok Creativity Beta Fund, which means if you watch our videos for at least 5 seconds, you can help us generate revenue for the channel. But we are going to be raising money for Palestine and the things that are happening over there. We're not going to get into it too much on this podcast, but if you guys want to help us raise money for a big donation, you can do that over on TikTok at Wazakis Gaming. So,
Wow.
back to the episode. Yes, I'm really excited about it. So any revenue that's made from that video, from views, we're going to take that and we're going to make a video showing us donating. So I think it is time. Again, I don't have music. All right, we'll use the hub. There we go for a quiz.
Whoa.
Da, da,
Didn't you
da,
want to hear my
da.
thoughts about felt
Oh
hat
my
Pikachu?
gosh, I forgot. I'm sorry. You were gone. I got into it. I felt it. You know what I mean? I was going. Yes, I want to know all about it.
Wow, just the ADHD just took over.
I'm sorry. What day is it? Jeez.
Who knows? But I think we both managed to get one of the felt hat Pikachus, right?
Yes, and Danny and I actually got 2, so one for me, one for Danny.
Nice. So I have mine. I'm going to show it on camera right here. I have mine right here, still sealed.
Ooh.
I have no idea what I'm planning to do with this. If I'm going to leave it
Grade it.
sealed or get it graded or open it and put it in.
Get
a
it graded,
topload.
sealed.
Can you grade it sealed? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Can you grade Pokemon cards sealed?
Oh my gosh. But anyway.
If genuine and unopened, PSA will do it.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, but I'm still thinking about that. But besides that, the fact that the Pokemon company really messed this up, this release,
Oh yeah.
I think they still didn't handle it too well when they gave people the opportunity to purchase merchandise on the site for one of the promo cards, especially because people were receiving boxes without the promo card in it. So
Yeah, I heard that on the first day. There were people that got
Yeah.
like canvases and things, and then you can't return it. So there's nothing they could do.
and the thing there is at least a couple people angry on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people were upset and made good points because a lot of the stuff that were popular were sold out immediately. So in order to
Yep.
get the qualifying promo, you need to buy some of their older sets or backstock, which it's honestly in business, especially I have like slight retail experience and marketing experience, but
Right.
it's a really smart idea to do promotions like that because if there is backstock, you want that gone. But the problem there is the fact that you aren't providing the thing that you are advertising. So there should have been some sort of, I would say, exception to the rule of no returning Pokemon cards if the whole reason you bought it was to get that promo card and then
Oh,
they
the
didn't provide
second
it.
time they let it come on the
Yes,
site.
I'm sorry.
Not with the
I should have
merchandise.
clarified.
Yes. Okay.
Because a lot of people ordered like Fusion Strike and a whole bunch of other sets that weren't that popular overall just to get the promo.
Just to get
and
it.
it would show up. Their stuff would show up without the promo card. Now you're stuck with a set. Like obviously you're gonna open the cards up because you're stuck with them. But like it's a set that most people didn't want. Most people weren't interested in. And this goes for a few sets. And they're just stuck. And they spent like what is it? What was it? A $30 minimum, I believe, just to.
Yeah. The only
It just-
problem
it
is
just
that
seems
you do
wrong.
have people who will return it just to get, so like, you know, if you do, it's a slippery slope either way. Because if you're not going to put in the work to make sure that every order had the promo, or you need to set like a limit so that no one is ordering anything and not getting this promo.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you do let people reseal stuff all the time, and people
Mm-hmm.
will order the sets, get the promo, and then return the cards. So it's really hard.
Well-
and then people were using bots on the site.
Yeah, well, if I can
At first.
interject right there, because I believe
Yeah.
on the Pokemon Center website itself, they do not allow you to return Pokemon cards, whether they're sealed or not. Like that, and that's why people were upset, because they were receiving their orders and they can't get a refund, because the only reason why they purchased these older sets was because they wanted the promo card, and they didn't get the promo card.
Oh, yeah.
And you weren't able to return the merchandise that you didn't even really want, but you purchased.
Yeah, so I guess my point was, one,
Mm-hmm.
if they were going to run this promotion in the first place, if you qualified for the promotion, there should have been no ifs, ands, or buts
Yes.
about your promo card. If your order didn't come with one, there should have been a support system. I don't know
Yes.
how it was
I
handled
agree.
because I didn't go through it, but there should have been a support system. So, like, if you provide your receipt, they should send you one. If whatever, they need to check that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, allowing people to just like return cards in general, if your order did not come with the promo, it's just really hard, because how do you check that that order didn't come with the promo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you actually check? Because I want to believe that a majority of the community is going to be honest and try to make the system as best as it can. But then there's these people who have access to, like I said, they do bots,
Yeah.
or they're just super dishonest, that they're going to ruin any system set up. But one thing that I can criticize Pokemon Center website for so hard was like that first day or two, they had it to where you could buy up to 10 of one item. I have no idea why out the gate there was not a limit on the number. You should only have been able to purchase one item. One of each item that you want.
Yeah.
So if you want one
Maybe I
bookcase,
could
one
see,
poster.
I could see maybe allowing 2 in case, like, let's say, like, you live with someone else who really likes Pokemon, and you guys can't do the full
But
order.
10
10 is a little excessive, and by little I mean a lot excessive. But
and they abused it. They were sold out so fast, and these people were getting. But again, those first couple days, those bots that went, they got like 10 of each order. They didn't come with the card, so there you go.
yeah, well, I will say I have a friend that went to go purchase, I think, one of each tote bag, and accidentally purchased, I think, 2 or 3 of each tote bag, and they managed to get
no.
a promo with each and every card. I mean, a promo with each and every bag. So that was 6. I think that was 6 cards they got, and I was so jealous because I was like, "Damn, I need one of those cards." But they were planning on selling them online, so I wasn't going to ask for them, for them to give me a promo.
Which it's gone astronomical now. Felt Hat Pikachu. Now people are coming out with their PSA 10s.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of ridiculous how much just trading cards in general are going for these days. If you pre-ordered the Super Mario Wonder game like we did, those packs are going for like $50, $60.
Well, that's because
And
they're
I'm
going to
seeing
be
these-
like it's one and done. Once that game stops becoming popular, they're not going to keep printing out those for sure.
That's true. That's very true. I want to believe that they'll come out with other sets. But I'm looking at these gray felt hat Pikachus, and I'm seeing things in like the 180s, 200s.
That's crazy.
It is just insane. But I want to know from you guys, if you're watching over on YouTube, let us know in the comments section, were you able to get your hands on any of the Van Gogh collaboration items? Were you stuck behind the site crashing and got nothing? And did you get a felt hat Pikachu? Because that's just what everybody was after.
Wait, before we move on, can you share which products you got from the collection?
Oh, yes. Actually, I think they're in the background right now. I cannot get up,
Oh,
honestly. Good. But I have the Eevee with the straw hat tote bag.
Okay.
And then we got the notebook, the bound notebook. It was so, I want to write in it so bad, but I will never, ever open it.
Yeah,
And then I'm getting one of, go ahead.
No, we're like the worst types of people where we want the collectibles and then we want to not use the collectibles.
I know, but I wanted to use the tote bag, and Danny, my husband, was just like, "There's just too much value," and I'm like, "I probably will never sell these."
Me too.
Did you ever see the person who has like one of like the Pikachu cars, like the official
the
branded
buggy.
Pokemon?
The buggy. Right?
Yes, that's something
Yeah.
I would never sell. I would hold on to that forever.
Yeah, so I first off, I'm the same exact way. I have we just finished talking about off camera how I'm poor as it could be, but I refuse to sell any of my cards that I love, especially like the big chase cards. Like I have that alternate art Lugia from Silver Tempest that could go for a pretty
that's such a
penny.
good one.
But I'm like, no, I'd rather just be broke because I do not want to sell one of my Pokemon cards that are considered valuable. And it's like, at what point do you sell that stuff, you know? Because is that something that I'm going to just give down to like another generation in the future, a friend, family, whatever? Or am I going to get like turn 60 and be like, all right, it's time to sell all these Pokemon cards so I can retire? Because apparently I'm going to have an accent when I'm in my 60s.
Yeah, you just suddenly are country now.
Yeah.
All old people just turn country. It's just the rules, guys. We don't make them.
But I guess that could be a whole podcast episode, to be honest, is just talking about
honestly
what is the purpose of collecting, or why you should collect, and then you can go into detail about like some people who collect and never sell things. But yeah,
I will tell you right now, if you're trying to get into Pokemon to make money, it just usually does not go that way, friends.
No.
Like if you're opening packs to try to find value,
you're in the
stop.
negative.
Please
most of the
just
time.
stop. You are in the negative.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for a quiz show. Since again, I don't have. Listen, man, I'm still learning my Stream Deck. Okay, so we're gonna do a Dex entry quiz.
Oh boy!
I am gonna give you a Dex entry and a couple of hints surrounding the Pokemon. It is your job to let me know what Pokemon I am talking about, and we're gonna do a best of 3. Sound good?
Sure, but the last
it
quiz you
doesn't.
gave me, I didn't do too well on, so I'm kind of nervous.
No, spoilers. Go watch that Pokemon quiz video on our YouTube channel.
It's entertaining. So seeing me,
It is
having
entertaining.
you guys rage while I get things wrong is a reason why you should watch it.
Okay, so here is question 1, Dex entry 1.
Okay.
So your first hint before I even give you this is keep in mind that a lot of earlier Dex entries, at least by the fandom, are basically said to not be taken too literally. They're kind of exaggerated a lot of what's like physically possible. So just keep that in mind.
So wait, before you start, so just to make sure I am understanding this correctly.
Sure.
So they just might be taking it a step too far. So example would be like, Pikachu's Thunder Cheeks can do whatever, like just kill 20
1 billion volts of electricity.
Like
when it's like, no, it
exaggerate.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to make sure I
Okay.
understood what you meant by that. Go ahead.
No, perfect. So this is a great example. This Pokemon's body temperature is approximately 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is from one of the early generations.
For some reason, I'm gravitating to Macargo off the bat, but I'm trying to think if there's any other Pokemon who's just like older you said older generation. So I'm trying to think any Pokemon that's like fire or magma, maybe. But I was gonna say Heatran, but he's not really. What considers older? You know, at this point.
You always do this, Chris, every time.
Oh, where I'm dancing around the answer. Yes.
You've already said it. It is Macargo.
Hey,
oh
look
my
at that.
gosh, good job.
I'm actually surprised I got that.
I shouldn't have said
one.
anything. I should have just let you talk yourself in a corner for the next 20 minutes and been like, that's our show.
No, to be honest, I probably would have settled on Macargo because I was completely blanking on any other like hot temperatured Pokemon.
Right. It obviously a fire type.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one that plays off the same thing. It's a bit exaggerated. It feeds on soil, and after it's eaten a large mountain, it will fall asleep so it can grow.
Feeds on soil after it falls.
Eats a mountain, goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Me.
I mean,
Done.
Yeah, honestly, same. But feeds on soil, so that has to be like a grass or bug type.
This is also from Pokemon Gold. It's a Dex entry from Pokemon Gold, if that helps you.
Oh, okay. So that narrows it down to 2 generations. Trying to think. I can't really think of any grass types off the top of my head for some reason.
And I am starting a 30-second timer.
Oh, you didn't
again.
tell me there was timing? There was timers? Crud. Would it be,
I have one on my Elgato. Might as well use it.
would it be cheating if I just looked at like a bunch of grass type Pokemon?
Sure. If you
No,
you, can,
you know what?
you
That's
can do
too
that.
easy. That's too easy. Let's see. What's Gen 2? Gen 2, but it could also be a Gen 1 Pokemon.
10, 9.
Oh no. I'm gonna just say.
I'll let you answer at the end. Oh,
what?
my timer went off. Actually,
I don't.
do you have an answer, Chris?
I guess if we're talking, I'm just gonna say like a random grass type because I really don't know. I'm gonna say
Fair strategy.
I don't know, Caterpie, even though I don't think that's Caterpie. Maybe that's a bug type. I didn't think so.
Unfortunately, Chris, that is an incorrect answer. And of course, like everyone knows, the Pokemon that eats mountains and goes to sleep is Larvitar.
Oh, I would not. Never.
I wouldn't have either.
Never.
Okay, we have one more. Shake it off.
Okay.
Shake it off.
Let's see if I can get the second
Okay.
one, the last one.
So this is from Omega Ruby,
Okay.
apparently. The spirits it absorbs fuel its baneful fire. It hangs around hospitals waiting for people to pass on.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
I know, isn't that poetic? And the timer starts now.
Crap. So Hoenn, I'm gonna assume it's a ghost type,
Ooh.
or it could be a psychic type. I'm gonna say ghost.
It is a ghost type.
Is it like Bayonet or something?
It is a baleful fire. Remember that.
Fire.
Baleful fire.
So it could be a fire ghost, maybe.
Ooh. Getting a little.
I'm blanking on fire ghost types right now. This is so bad.
And that's our timer.
Dang.
What is your answer, Chris?
My answer has to be. I truly am just blanking. I'm bad with pressure. I don't know. You could just.
Oh, I don't want to pressure you. Oh no.
It's okay.
Do you want me to just tell you and take the load off?
Yeah, just tell me.
It's gonna be a lampent.
A lampent?
That's what it says.
Wait, 1 second. Let me give me 1 second.
It's the spirits it absorbs, which it absorbs into its body, into that little flame, and it hangs around hospitals waiting for people to pass.
You know what's really upsetting
ghost-
is the fact that
What?
I thought of this evolution line first, and then because you said Omega
No.
Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, I was thinking it had to be from that generation or prior because I forgot.
I
could
knew- I
transfer
shouldn't have
them
said anything. It's
over
my
from
fault.
The previous games. No, it's not your fault. I completely blanked out and was just like, oh, that's a 3DS game. So black and white Pokemon
gotta
and everything
be.
should have been able to be transferred over. So that was my mistake. But I was thinking it. I did not say it, so I do not get the point.
And with that, we went 1 for 3. Let us know how you did at home. And be honest, you didn't get them right either. Great. Well, we were going to announce our giveaway, which we're already done with that.
Okay.
Really quick, I want to touch on just a couple of Black Friday Pokemon deals that are around the corner. And then we're actually going to do one more quiz. And our time together on the first episode will be over, friends. I know it's really sad.
So fast.
Oh, no. So fast. So very quick, Chris, I know you're Mick Broke Daddy right now.
Yes.
Will you be still trying to get them deals, them wild Pokemon deals for Black Friday?
For myself, probably not, but for people who I know for their holiday gifts, sure. But I'm on, for those who don't know, if I mentioned it earlier, I just moved recently. So everything is super expensive in New York State, and
Oh yeah.
your boy
Can't even imagine.
is trying to save up while paying bills. So I'm not buying any Pokemon stuff for me right now. I didn't even buy Paradox Rift anything yet, which is crazy for me. It's crazy for me though, because I usually stream like a booster box opening for every
every set.
So I missed out this time, but hopefully we could do like I'll go back and grab something when the cash comes in. But
That'll be.
I would love
when
to
the
know
cash
some of
starts
these
rolling in.
deals so I can plan what I'm getting for my loved ones.
Absolutely. So, number one thing that I'm going to preface this by saying
Okay.
is that some of these deals are not the best, but if you hold out just a little bit, I think you are going to find some of these deals just a little bit better, just based off of the item. Number one, we have a Pokemon windmill playset that comes with Pokemon figures. It's basically like I think it comes from Mega Bloks because Lego does not do Pokemon.
No.
Really sad because that would be so chef kiss.
That would.
Normally retails for over $30, but it's going to be on sale on Amazon for $16. So if you know someone who likes building things or just Pokemon like little figurines and stuff like that, this is a perfect pickup.
That sounds really
But
cool. Ooh, but
we all know we're here for the cards, Chris. We know we're here for the card deals.
yeah, I
that's
can't
what I'm
deny
here
it.
for. So, number one, I do not believe this one has been confirmed, but in the past, Target is very much known around Black Friday to offer these tens for $10. And these are like those full-size tens that are normally have like 4 or 5 packs in them. In the past, they were like the EV tens and
yeah.
things like that. They are normally not, and I repeat, not in the card section. Go around the store. You're going to find some kind of cardboard tower, and it'll be in a random place, like the snack aisle, the clothing section. And this is where your tens are going to be. Be quick about them because every year that I've gotten these, we are usually like picking through like the last couple. So those go so fast. Again, normally like $10.
Yeah,
and then Obsidian... No, please go ahead.
I'm so
We can't
sorry.
see each other, by the way. There's no video.
Yeah, so we
we're
have
going to
to-
talk over each other a lot.
we have to operate over each other's like pauses. So whenever there's a slight pause, we have to be like, oh, can I talk yet? But anyway, I just got to say, these are, if you have a child who loves Pokemon, especially Pokemon
Yes.
cards, like these are perfect, especially because like I have like the most vivid memory of when I was younger. This was back when they were doing, oh my God, what was the set? They were redoing this. Oh, they were launching a set alongside Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I forgot what the name of the set was, but a lot of the Pokemon from that generation were being pushed in the Pokemon card sets. And my family bought me like all 3 of the starter tins one Christmas.
Oh,
And
that's so nice.
I was so into the card game at the time that like nothing else mattered. So if you get the right kid a bunch of Pokemon cards, they are going to be happier than a pig in mud. Let's say that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I remember every time that I did good on like, oh my gosh, I got like an A on my test. I used to do Taekwondo back in the day. So when I was like, when I would win or anything, maybe this is like not the best parenting, but when I would win, I would get to go
Oh my
and
God.
pick out like a big tin of like Pokemon cards. So
the pressure.
that is fantastic. Another deal is if you guys are into Obsidian Flames, normally those can range MSRP anywhere between like $50 and $55. They are going to be on sale. I believe these are on, I cannot remember if this is Amazon or Walmart, but it's going to be for $44. If you're over on our
Okay.
YouTube, I'm actually going to link all of these deals down in the description below where you guys can get them so that you're not having to search. But with Obsidian Flame ETBs, I'm telling you guys right now, I love the set. It was a flop. I love the set though. And you can get 3 packs for 10 at most places, like your local game stores and things like that. People are getting rid of these. So instead of like spending like $44 on the ETB, look out for these sales on the individual packs. Unless you're trying to get that Charmander promo, then I totally understand.
And I will
Totally get that.
say, just for the audience to be aware, if you're not really into like as into it as we are, a lot of people don't like these newer sets for some reason, even though the art
Yeah.
is like amazing in most of these.
Gorgeous.
And I think it has to do with, unfortunately, the people who do this all for money, because a lot of the sets aren't as valuable as pre-Scarlet and
Right.
Violet sets. But definitely like take advantage of these deals if you just enjoy the card game, if you enjoy the stuff that they've been putting out lately, because a lot of the art is just like chef's kiss
Amazing.
gorgeous. Like truly, like Paldea Evolved still has beautiful art for those starters that I'm dying to get one day. And even Obsidian Flames, like a lot of their illustration rares are just c'est magnifique. It's beautiful.
And I'm trying to actually 100% this set. It's going to be my first set that I've ever 100%ed.
Obsidian?
The other one we're trying to do, the other one we're trying to do is Celebrations, but that's just a little bit different. But this is the
harder.
master set that I'm going for.
I'm still working on my base set for Scarlet and Violet master set.
I gave up. I cannot with the pull rates. I've gotten 2 ETBs in the past. I think it was like 2 ETBs back to back that had 0 pulls in it, and I was done.
Oh boy.
And that's what I don't know. I really feel like Paldea Evolved dropped the ball, but still the art sets are gorgeous enough to where I think I would pick them up individually.
Yeah.
And since it is the holiday season, probably one of the most relevant deals on this is going to be the Pokemon 2023 holiday calendar set that comes with like the fun packs and things of that nature.
Oh, is that
usually,
yeah? That's the advent calendar, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
keep
advent
talking,
calendar.
keep talking. I actually have one here. I'll show it on camera. I'll get it from my closet.
Oh, great. So this, as you can see, it retails for about $50 at my local Target, but they are going to be on sale for $40, which is actually a reasonable price. I feel like 50 is a lot, but I love the calendar set. I do keep the little fun packs sealed, and it looks just really gorgeous to like unfold it and put the artwork up somewhere. Just as a Christmas decoration. Oh, beautiful.
So
Are you showing it off?
Yeah, I'm holding it on camera right now. I'm actually
Gorgeous.
Oh, I didn't even take the tag yet off. So how much did you say it would be on sale for?
$40.
Okay, so this one I bought MSRP $50. So you're saving a full $10 there. And
it's worth it.
yeah, I haven't opened this one yet. I'm actually planning to do a video opening it up. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a whole bunch of little shorts or if I'm just going to do one long video. But I'm really excited to open this up. And if anybody else, like if you do the advent calendar tradition in your house and you have someone who likes Pokemon, this would definitely be like a fun little bump in the activity other than like chocolates or something.
I absolutely love that, honestly. And again, $40, not a bad price for that item. And lastly, but not least, there are going to be plushies on Amazon. For example, the one I will be linking is a Litten that normally retails for $30. It's going to be on sale for $20, and that's not the only Pokemon plushie. So, if you want to make sure that your items are 100% licensed Pokemon products, your best bet is to just go to the Pokemon Center and order it. They're not running any Black Friday deals, but
Which is dumb.
they have announced the new releases of their holiday section. And when you spend a certain amount, when you buy a holiday item on the site, they will send you a free Pikachu ornament.
Oh, that's so fun.
In the mail. Yeah, it's the same ones as last year. We have a couple of them.
I don't
They're
have any. I might
gorgeous.
have to make some purchases even though I shouldn't.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought up the deals section to
It's okay.
to someone who's trying to. I'm a shopaholic. All right, so we're going to end our first podcast episode with a bit of a rapid-ish.
Okay.
Rapidash. I can't think
Rapidash.
of words. Some more trivia, but these are going to be a lot different than the ones that we just had.
Okay.
Chris, are you ready?
Sure, why not? Let's just do it.
Great. True or false? Pikachu was the very first Pokemon to be trademarked.
I'm gonna say false.
What was the very first Pokemon to be trademarked, Chris?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I would assume that it would probably be like Clefairy or Eevee or something, because I don't think Pikachu was the first choice for the mascot. I think they had a couple others lined up and then they went with Pikachu, so I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they trademarked some other names prior to settling to Pikachu.
So the Pokemon that was very first trademarked is
Pikachu.
Mew.
Oh, so I was right.
Mew's?
But that wasn't not for the right reason.
You said Clefairy or Eevee.
Well, I was right by
but
saying
you are right. It
false.
is not Pikachu.
Yeah.
Correct. You did correct. Sorry. Let me let you have a win. Let me step back. All right, Chris. True or false?
Okay.
The creator of Pokemon was first inspired by bug catching.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Ding, ding, ding. Again, I only have this sad trumpet sound. Listen, I don't have the pro of voice mod, so it's kind of it's hard out in these streets.
It's okay. Well, I'll come back for another episode, and you'll be all set up. And
Oh
looking
yes,
fancy.
absolutely. But ding, ding, ding! It is true. The creator of Pokemon was in a garden and liked catching bugs, like a little weirdo. No, I'm just kidding. I hate bugs. That's why I say
too.
it's weird. There's so many kids that, like my niece, when she was little, she walked right up to like this giant spider and just grabbed it and was like, "Oh, hi!" And I'm just like, these kids are ridiculous. But yes, bug catching, which makes sense in the terms of the game. All right, question number 3.
Okay.
Name one species of Pokemon that reproduces both asexually and non-asexually.
Oh.
And here's a hint. It is from the first generation of Pokemon from an all-female species.
All female species of Pokemon that reproduce.
Throwing the timer, go.
Oh no, we're doing timers again. Damn.
No,
Okay.
no, I turned it off. I turned it off.
Okay.
We're fine. We're good.
All female species in the first generation. You said.
First generation, Kanto.
Oh my god. Okay. Honestly, is it something like Nidoqueen or something? No.
Why did you and Danny say the same thing?
Because I was thinking of like an all-female species, and Nidoqueen is the only one I could pop in my head.
But
right now.
asexually and non-asexually?
I know, that's the thing that was tripping me up. The only other thing I could probably think of is probably like a fish or a water type Pokemon, like a Starmie, but I don't know if they have if they're predominantly one sex or not.
That's very fair. I see your thought process. I see where you're going.
Yeah, but
We've entered the...
No, tell me.
I can give you another hint if you... Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. The correct answer is Chansey.
I would never have gotten that in a million years.
Chansey. I know. I thought this was such an interesting fact when I was researching. I was like, really? But it is true.
Yeah.
Chansey doesn't need no Ditto to handle her business.
Very
basically.
interesting.
All right, question 4. I'm going to give you 4 choices, and you're going to tell me which one. Roughly, how many Pokemon cards have been sold?
Oh my god.
A, 500 million. B, 100 billion. C, 30 billion. Or D, probably like 10.
Probably like 10. You know,
10.
it's probably just 10. No, maybe 30 billion. I'm going to go with 30 billion.
Oh my gosh, so quick. Yes, it is 30 billion, Chris.
Hey.
Again, roughly, very roughly.
Yeah.
All right, we have entered our final question.
Final question.
True or false? The Ruby and Sapphire era games are the only games in which you see the player's father.
Oh, that's true.
You think Dad went to go get milk in every other game and just never came home?
What's his name again? Norm or something? I forget the name of the
I don't know.
the
Is
gym
it?
leader, but he's the first time oh my god, he's the first
Norman, I think is what you were saying.
Yeah, Norman or something like that. He's the first gym leader you meet. You don't actually battle him, I don't believe. But you meet him because he's your father. You have to drop something off, or you have to talk to him or do something. I cannot think of any other game that shows the father. So I'm going to say what is it, true or false? What was that? How do you phrase the question?
Yep. True or false?
No, but was it that it's the only game?
Yeah,
or
the Ruby and Sapphire era games are the only games in which you see the player's father.
Okay, I'm going to go true.
Chris goes with true. And you are correct.
Oh
no,
my
you're
god,
correct.
you can't do that to me.
You're correct. Again, guys, I don't have a very
stinker
wide
over
range
here.
of sounds. Yes, you did so good on this quiz. See, look at you. I'm so proud.
We made a comeback.
We did make a comeback. All right, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining us on our very first episode of the Ultra Legends podcast. Again, if you are interested in seeing more from us, you can search Wazakas Gaming, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff. And this podcast comes out every Wednesday. And Chris, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me at _PixelChris on anything, basically TikTok, Instagram, X. Even if you go on YouTube and type in that username, it should pop up. But you could also just type in Pixel Chris normally, and it should pop up on YouTube. But definitely check out my YouTube. I'm trying to monetize that channel.
Yes, he is actually very close. Go support Chris. We will link him down in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.